and just so like if I have to explain it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I can sit
What
down.
we can also do is maybe, I was gonna say have my supervisor call you, but I'm not sure when she's getting back. Okay.
So let me explain. I've already been diagnosed. I already have my disability rating. If anything, from what I've already been diagnosed with, the loss of my child, and then dealing with trying to help my son navigate his emotions through it. All of those things is like I don't want triggering for me.
Sure.
And then part of the going through domestic violence with his dad, it puts me in this place where I don't know if he's tearing up this. Is it going to turn to me?
Sure.
I know he feels that the loss of my child somehow had something to do with me.
Okay.
So he blames a lot of stuff on me. He doesn't really want to follow any of the rules or stuff like that at the home.
Yeah.
So, it's at some points where I tried to tell him, well, why don't you, try to walk? And he's walked before. He'll leave and he'll walk, but then he'll come back. And then I just hear, boom, boom, banging and tearing up shit. And it puts me in this heightened mode.
Yeah.
And I called the cops and I said, well, I don't want to go down there because, I don't know. I already know he kind of feels some type of way toward me. And so it's just this cycle of...
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I think I can put in, so the process for the family clinic, and I haven't reviewed your chart or anything to see kind of specifically what we would need to do. I'm going to give you the general overview, is that somebody will put in a consult for family therapy. That therapy is typically is to promote, facilitate better functioning on the veteran, for the veteran. And so what that process looks like is that somebody places a consult. You'll get...
let me just say this, I hate to intervene. I think what brings up the anxiety to me, that when you say consult, right? Because I've already had to talk about the sexual violations. I've already had to talk about the domestic violence. I already had to talk about loss of other children. And I don't want to have to keep... Yeah, so when you say consult, I'm like, then they're going to be digging in my brain again, and that's what I don't want to put myself through again.
Okay. I understand that, and I mean, I absolutely cannot blame you for that. Do you get services from the mental health clinic here?
I've just enrolled here, so
okay.
Yeah, so
okay, that helps.
Yeah.
So if you've had, how long ago was it? You know what? I'll look through your chart, so that may alleviate some of that.
Okay.
It depends on the date. It depends on, we usually have to do a new intake every 2 years. It's just, and so,
see, this kind of stuff where, and then the paperwork coming from the other state, I don't know how they transfer it, but like I said, I've already been
You've already
diagnosed.
Done. Sure.
And
that's part of your medical record. How about this? Let me talk to, I know I keep saying I have to talk to my supervisor. It's just I can't make any, lateral decisions. What I can say is that I can talk with her, call you back. She should be back on Monday or Tuesday. and you can kind of decide from there of like, okay, I want to do this again, or okay, I don't think this is the right fit for me. And that'll give me a little time to go, hey, wait, we don't need another intake. We don't have to go through all this stuff. Or like, okay, this is over 2 years. And that way it kind of reduces some of that anxiety, and you're able to make a decision from like, okay, now I get it. Now I understand what this is going to require. What is that going to be helpful for?
Okay.
I don't know, how does that feel?
I mean, it's still vague. It's still
It is vague.
Because if you're
I
saying,
agree.
if you're just saying, well, I have to ask my supervisor if we need to do the consult again, it's that part of when I'm thinking is I'll have to go through all my life traumas again, and I'm just.
It just gives me a little, I can't say something like, because if you came in to me and said like, look, I've already done all this, I can go through and go, okay, I have this stuff. I can't say that for another provider. I know how I work.
Right.
And I don't want to set you up to like, well, Jennifer, you said, because I'll be, that's not cool. That wouldn't be fair for you. And so my goal is to obtain more information so I can give more information to you so you can make a judgment of like, this will work for me.
So if I gave you the information now, I would still have to come back in and tell her, that's what I'm saying. So,
I can't, that's why I would want to clarify with my supervisors, like come up with a plan.
Okay.
But I will. I have your last name. I have your last four. Let me see what I can do and get some clarity on my end so that I can refer that back to you. I don't know, and this is top of my mind rather, is that, have you contacted the Children's Bureau?
I don't know. I got a couple of numbers that I just called.
Children's Bureau is an organization that obviously they specifically work with children under the age of 18, but I want to say they have a loss program for like kids who have lost someone who are experiencing grief. That might be helpful. And they're a community organization. It's either a sliding scale or there's no fee. From what it's been like 20 years since I've worked with kids, but they, they are pretty helpful and
Well, I am interested in what you was kind of saying, where there's a therapy thing where you kind of sit down with the entire family and explain, because I think that's some of it too, where my child knows that I have PTSD and anxiety, but it's because I'm mom and he's used to me, doing everything. We even tried to help him live with his dad, but he sees me as I'm supposed to be able to do it, and like he doesn't get when he has one of those moments what it does to me. And then if he calms down, they come upstairs like, are you gonna cook? And I'm laid down like my chest is beating, so it's just trying to balance
some of that. Sure.
So if that's what you want to do a consultation for, I'd be interested in something like that.
I think that would be
Okay. Okay. Well, I'll just wait to hear back from you.
Okay, and I'm sorry that was, it gets a little.
Yeah.
Sometimes I get confused with